So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MAFEX Medicom toy, Batman Begins Batman. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic looking style box when it comes to MAFEX. So we do get the very large window right there on the front of the box. On the top says the Dark Knight Trilogy, MAFEX number 49. We do get an image of Batman. Then on the bottom here we do get an image of the Batman figures. This is Batman Begins suit, action figure, Medicom toy, and DC. And then the bottom of the box here does have the barcode of blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. And then here is the top of the box with an image of the Batman figure. And then the one side of it, same thing as the top, as you can see there. And then the other side of the box does have another cool image of the Batman figure. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at the Christian Bale Batman. Alrighty, taking a closer detail look, and I think MAFEX did a very nice job with the detail when it comes to this Batman Begins Batman. The cowl I think looks sick. That's one of my favorite parts about the figure. The face sculpt, I don't know, it really doesn't look that good. It kind of looks like Bale, but really doesn't. And the unmasked one just looks horrible, which we'll get into during the accessories. But I mean, nice clean paint around the lips and where the skin tone meets the black. The eyes look great. I like how they're looking up. His head's tilted down and he's looking up at you. I always like when they do that with figures. So nice paintwork on the eyes there. And the cowl, like I said, looks sick. Nice sculpt all throughout it. The bat ears look dope and everything. So really dope job with the cowl. And then the bottom of the cowl is a softer rubbery type plastic. So it will hinder some articulation, but not as much since they did make it a softer rubbery type material. So I do like that they did that. Now, for the cape here, definitely my favorite part about the figure. I think this is the highlight to this Batman Begins figure. You get a very nice wide cape span with the cape there. I love the material that it's made out of. We get bendy wire running down this side and running down this side as well. And it's a very light material, so you can pose the cape around really well, like having it blow around in the wind and stuff like that. And you can't do that with SH Figure Arts figures that have the bendy wire with the cloth cape, because they use such thick, heavy bendy wire. With MAFEX, they do use thinner, lighter bendy wire, so you can pose it around better, but it does risk breaking more easier compared to having thicker bendy wire. But you do get some great posing options out of the cape, and that is my favorite part about the figure. And to me, that's definitely the highlight about this Batman figure. Now for the torso here, very nice sculpt all throughout it. I love the way the bat symbol looks. I think they did an awesome job with that. Nice sculpted lines all throughout his bat suit. I think that looks sick. So they did a good job with the torso. And then on the back, we do get some nice sculpt work as well. I like the way the spine pieces look. I think that looks pretty cool. Now for the arms here, this is where we have an issue, well, I have an issue with my Batman Begins figure. I don't think everybody's going to have this issue, but if you notice, the right arm at the shoulder and then the left arm at the shoulder, the left arm on mine for some reason sticks out further. They screwed something up. So right there, a QC issue. It should look like how the right shoulder looks, and it doesn't. It just looks stupid sticking out like that. And then another QC issue I had, MAFEX is still using that horribly cheap, crappy glue that they've been using since they pretty much started. Because when I was posing him around, his entire left arm came off the joint. Because they use cheap, crappy glue. And that hasn't happened to me with a MAFEX figure since the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man. So they haven't even upped to using a stronger glue. I mean, what the hell is going on with that? Like, what's up with these QC issues all the time with MAFEX? It's just like, enough is enough already. But when you get your Batman Begins figure, I don't think everybody's going to have that issue, but be wary with the shoulders when you articulate them. If anything, just do what I did. You're going to have to super glue it back on, and it actually will hold on better compared to MAFEX's glue, which is very crappy. So now for the arms, the sculpt of them look good. Not too much going on there. I love the way these pieces look, so pretty cool looking. And then another one of my favorite parts is the utility belt. Beautiful paint and sculpt all throughout it. Nice clean paintwork where the black meets the gold and the silver meets the gold. And then we do get like some pouches and stuff going on there. And then the other side has like a communicator or something on there. Looks pretty cool though. And it is a separate piece, as you can see, so you could have it cover the gap in the waist right there. And I'm so glad they made it a separate piece, because I remember when I got the 2.0, the Dark Knight Batman, they glued the front of the belt on the crotch piece, and then the back of the belt they glued on the torso, so you couldn't even articulate the waist. So really glad that they did make it a separate piece there. Now for the legs here, not too much going on, a few sculpted lines here and there around the thighs. The knees look pretty good. And then his boots, pretty plain looking. We do get a few sculpted wrinkles around the ankle, which look pretty cool. And then the feet, we do get some nice sculpt work on them. And then I do love these sculpted treads on the bottom. That just really great tiny sculpt detail there. So overall, I think they did an excellent job with the detail. My only issue is the QC issue that I have with the left shoulder, and with the left shoulder completely popping off the joint. But other than that, I think the paint sculpt turned out pretty good on this figure wherever there is paint. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a decent amount of pretty cool stuff included with this Batman. So we do get a MAFEX stand, of course, which comes in 3 parts. So we do have the base, the arm, and then the clamp, and it is articulated. You guys should know how the stands work by now, so we do get that. And then we do get 2 alternate heads. So we do get the one with the cowl, the masked head, that we did take a look at before, and they did an alright job with it. It's not horrible, but it's not the best. So we do get that one, and then we do get the unmasked Bruce Wayne head, which I'm not a fan of at all. The skin tone is very yellow. Looks like the Batman vs Superman with that skin tone. I don't know why the hell they keep giving them that orange spray tan skin tone color, and it doesn't really look like Christian Bale at all. I mean, maybe the profile view of it, it kind of does, but it just, I don't know, I don't really see Christian Bale in the face sculpt there. I mean, we do have a little bit of stubble. The paint around the eyes look pretty good. The hair turned out right. I don't know why there's gray in it. I don't remember Christian Bale Batman having gray all in his hair, so I don't know what the hell happened with the hair there. It does have a nice sculpt to it, but I don't know why there's like a grayish color mixed in his hair there. And the way you interchange the heads, you have to pop off the whole neck with the cowl head here. As you can see, that joint, you have to pop it off, so there's nothing there. So you just see that joint, and then all you do is just pop the unmasked one on, or you pop that one and put the cowl one on. It's very simple to interchange them. Sometimes when you pop off the cowl head here, this won't pop off with the head, so you just have to pull it out the neck there to get everything out, so you can put this head on. So we do get those 2 interchangeable heads, and then we also get his grapple gun and 3 batarangs. And all the batarangs are the same, but I do like whenever a figure company gives us a Batman figure and they include several batarangs. So I do like that Mafex did give us a few of them, and they did a nice job with them. I do like the gold paint that they used. They are very tiny, so be careful not to lose them. So we do get the 3 batarangs, and then we do get his grapple gun, and they did an excellent job with it. Nice clean paint all throughout it where that grayish color meets the gold there, and a really great sculpt on it as well. Really dig the way this almost called it a batarang, this grapple gun turned out. So we do get the grapple gun as well, and then we also get an alternate chest piece, and this is the one that does not have the bat symbol on it. It's when he doesn't have the cowl on and doesn't have the cape or anything, and the way you interchange it is very simple. I do like what they did. They just put magnets on it, so all you do is just take this one here that's on the figure, and it is connected to the cape, so the cape will come off with it, and then you just pop that one on like that. Simple as that. So very easy to swap that out, and they did a good job with it as well. So we do get that, and then we finally get 8 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and nice sculpt all throughout these. I like the little sculpted dots on the palm right there. The knuckles and everything look good, the fingers, so really great job on the fists. And these are the easiest hands to swap out. The only thing I worry about, it's so scary interchanging the hands and putting it on the wrist peg here. The wrist peg just seems so damn fragile, and people have had countless breaks with Mafex's wrist pegs, so just be wary when you interchange the hands there. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we do get a pair of batarang holding hands, and all you do is just wedge the batarang in between the index finger and the thumb right there, and they did a good job with the sculpt on these. It's a good job with those hands, so we get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, which is for the grapple gun. A nice sculpt all throughout these as well. So we get those, and then finally we get a pair of open hands. A nice sculpt on these also. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Bruce Wayne. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Bruce Wayne. To the top of his head, it looks like he's just shy of 6 inches and a quarter of an inch tall. And to the top of his bat ears, he's a little bit over 6 inches and a quarter of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Suicide Squad Joker, Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and the Mafex Suicide Squad Jokers. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Justice League Batman, the Dark Knight Batman, the Dark Knight Joker, and the DC Icons Harley Quinn. And these two fit in scale pretty well together. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for all the articulation, and since the cape does have bendy wire, you can articulate it around, and I'm going to show you the articulation at the neck joints with the unmasked head first, because you do get much better movement with this alternate head compared to the one with the cowl. So with the upper neck joint, you could get Bruce Wayne to look up just a tiny bit, and then he does look down a tiny bit. We do get nice pivot up there, and then of course it swivels. The lower neck joint does go forward a little bit, so you can get them to look pretty much all the way down, and it doesn't really go back at all. And then we do get some pretty good pivot at the lower neck there. Then of course it does swivel, so you do get much better movement with the unmasked head. Now for the masked head, you get some very limited articulation. It does have 2 joints at the neck, but the way the cowl is shaped, I mean, it's like that in the movie, and he wasn't really able to turn his head left and right. That's why he upgraded his suit in the second movie. But the way it's shaped, it really does hinder a lot of articulation, so you really can't get him to look up at all. But he does look down much better. We do get just a tiny bit of pivot there. Wow, that's so bad. And then it does swivel a little bit as well, so you get some really bad neck articulation with the cowl alternate head there. Now for the torso here, we do get a point of articulation under the chest there, and you could get Batman to crunch forward a decent amount with that joint, and then it does go back a lot, and then you do get some pretty good pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. Now for the waist here, it does go forward a pretty good amount, and then it does go back a really good amount. So with both joints, he does go back a lot. And then with both joints going forward, he does crunch forward almost 90 degrees. And then we do get some very nice pivot at the waist, and then it does swivel. Now for the arms here, I will use the right arm since I don't trust that one. We do get a nice circular motion out of the shoulder there, as you can see. And then the arms do go out to the sides, a little less than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have bicep swivel. We have double jointed elbows that bend in a little more than 90 degrees. Then for the wrists here, we do have a ball hinge, so it does swivel and then hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, they do shift down a tiny bit, as you can see, so Batman can kick forward about 90 degrees. Really doesn't go to the back at all. Then his legs doing these splits here, they really do not kick out to the sides that much. It looks like barely 45 degrees, so really not the best out movement with the legs there. But we do get nice swivel. We have double jointed knees that bend back a little more than 90 degrees. And then for the ankles, they do swivel. They hinge up a really good amount and hinge down decently. And then we do get some very nice ankle pivot there. And then we do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we do get some really good articulation with this Batman. Some points aren't as good as others, but most of the points of articulation, you do get some really nice movement. You're going to be able to get them in some pretty good Batman Begins-like poses. I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mafex Batman Begins Batman. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a 6.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but I'm pretty sure my buddy from Agelessgeeks will be getting this in stock very soon, but he won't have this listed on the website. You will only be able to get it at his booth at Frank & Sons. And don't forget, if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, to enter in code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get the ginormous window right there on the front of the box. On the top, we do get the Dark Knight Troll. And then on the bottom left, we do get a cool image of the Batman figure. This is Batman Pujiba. This is Batman. We do get the very large window right there on the front of the box. On the top, it says, the SH Figure Arts Justice League Batman Diabo. So we do get the 3 batarangs there. Whoops, I dropped it and caught it in my hand. They're sculpted pretty good, so I guess they're good. Look up about that much with the upper neck joint. Dang it. Damn yeah!